Battle of Megiddo, circa 1457 BCE, location, Megiddo, Canaan, description, fought between Egyptian pharaoh Thutmose III and a coalition of Canaanite states led by the king of Kadesh. The Battle of Megiddo is one of the earliest battles recorded in detail. Thutmose III's strategic use of a narrow mountain pass to surprise the enemy led to a decisive Egyptian victory. This battle established Egyptian dominance in the region for centuries and demonstrated the effectiveness of military strategy and logistics in ancient warfare. Battle of Marathon, 490 BCE, location, Marathon, Greece, description, a pivotal battle in the Greco-Persian Wars. The Battle of Marathon saw a smaller Athenian force, led by Miltiades, defeat the much larger Persian army. The Athenians used effective tactics, including a double envelopment maneuver, to overcome the Persian forces. This victory not only boosted Greek morale but also demonstrated the potential of the hoplite phalanx. It laid the groundwork for future Greek resistance against Persian expansion and is famously commemorated by the long-distance run, the Marathon. Battle of Thermopylae, 480 BCE, location, Thermopylae, Greece, description, known for the heroic last stand of King Leonidas and his 300 Spartans. The Battle of Thermopylae was a crucial conflict during the Greco-Persian Wars. Despite being vastly outnumbered, the Greek forces held the narrow pass at Thermopylae for 3 days against Xerxes' Persian army. Their sacrifice provided valuable time for Greek city-states to organize their defense and is celebrated as a symbol of courage and self-sacrifice against overwhelming odds. Battle of Gaugamela, 331 BCE, location, near modern-day Erbil, Iraq, description, the Battle of Gaugamela, also known as the Battle of Arbela, was Alexander the Great's decisive victory over Persian King Darius III. Despite facing a much larger Persian army, Alexander's superior tactics, including the use of a wedge formation to break the Persian lines, led to a crushing defeat for Darius. This battle marked the end of the Achaemenid Empire and solidified Alexander's reputation as one of history's greatest military strategists. Battle of Actium, 31 BCE, location, near the promontory of Actium, Greece, description, the Battle of Actium was a crucial naval encounter during the final war of the Roman Republic, fought between Octavian and the combined forces of Mark Antony and Cleopatra. Commanded by Agrippa, Octavian's fleet outmaneuvered the larger but less agile ships of Antony and Cleopatra. The battle was marked by strategic brilliance on Octavian's side, leading to a decisive victory. Antony and Cleopatra fled to Egypt, where they eventually took their own lives. This victory paved the way for Octavian to become Augustus, the first Roman emperor, marking the end of the Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire. Battle of Al-Qadisiyah, 636 CE, location, near Al-Qadisiyah, Iraq, description, the Battle of Al-Qadisiyah was a pivotal conflict during the early Islamic conquests, fought between the Rashidun Caliphate and the Sasanian Empire. Commanded by Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, the Muslim forces engaged the larger Sasanian army under General Rostam Farrakhzad. Over several days, the battle saw intense fighting, with the Muslim army using strategic maneuvers and religious fervor to overcome the Sasanian war elephants and disciplined troops. The decisive Muslim victory led to the collapse of Sasanian power in Persia, facilitating the rapid expansion of Islam throughout the region and marking a significant turning point in the history of the Middle East. Battle of Hastings, 1066, location, Hastings, England, description, the Battle of Hastings saw William the Conqueror's Norman forces defeat King Harold II's Anglo-Saxon army. The Normans employed a combination of cavalry, archers, and infantry in a coordinated assault that overwhelmed the English shield wall. Harold's death during the battle led to the collapse of English resistance. William's victory ushered in Norman rule in England, fundamentally transforming its culture, language, and governance. Battle of Agincourt, 1415, location, Agincourt, France, description, a pivotal encounter during the Hundred Years' War. The Battle of Agincourt saw an English army led by King Henry V achieve a stunning victory over a much larger French force. The English longbowmen played a crucial role, decimating French knights bogged down in the muddy terrain. Henry's tactical acumen and the discipline of his troops turned the battle into a slaughter for the French. Agincourt solidified Henry's reputation as a military leader and had long-lasting effects on French and English relations. Battle of Waterloo, 1815 CE, location, Waterloo, Belgium, description. The Battle of Waterloo marked the final defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte, ending his rule and the Napoleonic Wars. Allied forces under the Duke of Wellington, combined with Prussian troops led by Gebhard Leberecht von Blücher, faced Napoleon's army. Despite initial French successes, the arrival of the Prussians and Wellington's tactical decisions led to a decisive Allied victory. Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo resulted in his exile to St. Helena and the restoration of the Bourbon monarchy in France. Battle of the Somme, 1916 CE, location, Somme, France, description. One of the largest battles of World War I, the Battle of the Somme is known for its immense loss of life and the introduction of new military technologies. Fought between British and French forces against the Germans, the battle aimed to relieve pressure on the French at Verdun. Despite limited territorial gains, the battle inflicted heavy casualties on both sides. It marked the first use of tanks in warfare by the British and highlighted the devastating impact of modern industrialized warfare. Battle of Stalingrad, 1942–1943 CE, location, Stalingrad, modern-day Volgograd, Russia, description. One of the deadliest battles in history. The Battle of Stalingrad was a brutal confrontation during World War II between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union. The battle marked a turning point on the Eastern Front, with Soviet forces encircling and ultimately defeating the German Sixth Army. The fierce urban combat and harsh winter conditions resulted in massive casualties. Stalingrad's outcome significantly weakened the German war effort and bolstered Soviet morale, contributing to the eventual Allied victory in Europe. Battle of Midway, 1942 CE, location, Midway Atoll, Pacific Ocean, description. A decisive naval battle during World War II, the Battle of Midway saw the United States Navy defeat the Japanese fleet. American codebreakers had deciphered Japanese plans, allowing Admiral Chester Nimitz to ambush the Japanese forces. The destruction of 4 Japanese aircraft carriers shifted the balance of power in the Pacific theater in favor of the Allies. Midway halted Japanese expansion and set the stage for Allied offensive that would eventually lead to Japan's defeat. D-Day, June 6, 1944 CE, location, Normandy, France, description. D-Day, also known as the Normandy Invasion, was a crucial Allied operation during World War II that marked the beginning of the liberation of Western Europe from Nazi occupation. On June 6, 1944, Allied forces, including American, British, Canadian, and other troops, launched a massive amphibious assault on 5 beachheads along the Normandy coast. The invasion involved extensive planning and coordination, with airborne troops landing behind enemy lines and naval bombardments softening German defenses. Despite heavy casualties, the Allies successfully established a foothold in Normandy. This victory paved the way for the eventual defeat of Nazi Germany and was a turning point in the war.